fellow Christmas lovers and enthusiasts. You are listening to Closer to Christmas. Today is October 9th. That means there are 77 days left until Christmas. 77. This is insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
Hey, I don't know. Time's flying. But I'm joined this week by Ashley. By Ashley? With Ashley. By Ashley. Yeah.
with Ashley, by Ashley. Whatever it is, I'm honored to be here because I think realistically, other than your kids, I am your very first guest, and that is an honor.
That is true. Yeah. I appreciate you bearing with me while I struggle through this.
Well, we both will.
Yeah. But this is the last episode. We're talking about some of our favorite gifts.
Yes.
And we got a few bonuses coming up for some other fun ones. But I'll let you take this one first today.
Okay. So my very favorite gift, or something that is more monumental as opposed to like what the actual gift was, is something that I kind of briefly spoke about in my Magic in the Mundane episode, but it was a recording, like a tape cassette, I guess. There were like series, so there were 6 cassettes in this little booklet, and they were personalized stories like from the North Pole, with your name in it. So it was like Santa telling a story, or it was the elves telling a story. But oh god, I don't even know what year it was, but I was young enough to like be really hyped up about it. And it just felt like it was, now I know obviously it's just like a generic thing where it plops your name in, but I was like, yo, oh my gosh, they're just telling this cool story about me, and it's like they know that I play sports and they know that I like music, and so it was like, it was a very touching thing, and so much so that the old like stereos that had the 7 shuffle CDs thing, I kept that in my room for like even after like streaming started, because I used to keep the cassettes. I would keep them in my top drawer. And then I would just throw them on to like listen to them for a little bit of nostalgia. But it was like one of the coolest gifts that I don't even think I've told my parents that I loved it that much. So as we were doing this, I made a note. I was like, I'm going to ask my parents how they got that done.
Yeah. I mean, for the time that it was probably done, like that was pretty advanced. Like
right?
Nowadays, if a kid got that, they might put 2 and 2 together, but back in the day, like something like that would be amazing. And the thing about it is like, whoever, somebody had to still know all this stuff anyway to fill it out so it was personalized to you. So it is an extra special touch anyway,
Exactly. Yeah. No, I loved it.
I think I got a book like that when I was little, where it was just like the name in a book, but like it was printed. I think my aunt got it for me. But the funny thing was, like everywhere where it said Charlie, it was like different font. It was like twice as big as all the other letters. So I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't look right.
Bold and italic.
Yeah. I was like, this doesn't look right. Something's weird about this. But yeah, I can imagine being a kid and getting something like that. It would just feel amazing.
Yeah. Well, now I want to hear yours, and I'm so excited to hear it.
So this one's a weird one because, back in the day, my dad had the camera. He took all the photos, but it was an expensive camera. You were never allowed to touch it. It was a professional camera for the time it was. My whole childhood, he had the same camera. I just remember like the strap that he had on his camera that went around his neck was like a 1970s guitar strap. Like, the design of a guitar strap on a 70s acoustic guitar. That's what it was. And it just felt so like, you can't touch this. This is not allowed to be used. So one year for Christmas, I got a 35 millimeter, I believe it was a Vivitar camera. Just a little, it was probably a little junker, but it was not bad. It was my childhood camera. Like all of the pictures I took as a kid came from that camera. But I remember the year I got it, it was the most exciting thing ever, because back in the day, you had to pay for the film. You paid for the picture development. It was not like nowadays where you could just take 100,000 pictures and be like, delete them all. You had to save it for that special moment, And
Absolutely.
That whole year, I took pictures of all of my Christmas presents. Like I lined them up on the couch. I took pictures, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do my brother a solid. I have an older brother, and he got this cowboy hat. I don't know why I even got a cowboy hat, but it was like a mesh cowboy hat, which was even more weird. But then there was like a
Yeah.
bandana tied around it that said Def Leppard. So I was like, I don't think
Sick.
he even liked Def Leppard, but like, I don't know where it came from, but it was the weirdest gift ever. But he was thinking he was cool with it. So I was like, I'll do him a solid. I'm going to take a nice Christmas morning picture with him wearing that hat. And then maybe he'll do a favor. And, I got some bike gloves for Christmas that year because I used to ride BMX bike all the time as a kid.
Yeah.
So I got some new gloves. So I'm like, all right. I took his picture. It was a nice picture. He was standing in front of the tree. Everything was centered. I'm like, all right, this one's worth the money I'm spending to take this picture.
Yeah.
I hand him the camera and I'm like, hey, do you mind taking a picture of me? I thought I was cool. I had my gloves on. It's like I'm standing there in pajamas with bike gloves and I'm standing in front of the tree, like just waiting. I see him. He winds the camera. He centers everything up, but then right before he takes it, he points it down at my feet and snaps it.
What?
I was fuming. I was like, oh my God. Like I was so
Oh,
mad. That's the picture I have. I had it developed. I still have the picture. I'm going to find it and I'll post it somewhere. I'll
your
post it
feet.
on the Instagram or something. But it's just my feet. Like you could see the tips of my fingers coming out of the bike gloves. So I know the
Yeah.
bike gloves were on, but it was not the moment I wanted for Christmas. But
You
I gave
pent
him,
up for that moment too. Like,
oh,
what
I
the
did.
heck?
I gave him such a nice picture of his Def Leppard cowboy hat. And then he gives me my fingertips and socks. I guess
Listen,
that's what older brothers are for, I guess.
I feel like maybe he was getting you back because maybe he didn't love the Def Leppard on it. And he was just like, don't
Maybe.
show this to anybody later on in life.
Maybe I will find that picture and post that one as well.
I'm excited.
All right, because I have it still. But that's gonna wrap up our four great gifts that we enjoyed growing up and to this day. So we're gonna come back tomorrow. We're gonna talk about something we always asked for but never got.
Womp womp.
Yeah. And mine's a weird one. I'll just clue you in on that one.
I, wa- I wonder what it's going to be.
Yeah. Make sure you tune in tomorrow while we discuss a Christmas gift that we always asked for but never got. Remember, the next time you hear my voice in this podcast, we'll all be a little bit closer to Christmas. Thanks for listening.